Well, I bought a lot of different stuff at the Gaming Classic. Last year, I bought a lot more games, so I kind of expected to buy a lot of games this year, but I only bought 2 games. Trying to continue to beef up my weird golf games collection that I guess I started doing for some reason. I got Outlaw Golf for the Nintendo GameCube.
I love that you bought that game because Outlaw Golf was like the butt of a joke, like between all three of us. I think back in the early GameCube days, I'd always make fun of Outlaw Golf because wasn't it like originally like a timed Xbox exclusive or something like that? I think it was like a dig at the first Xbox that I would say. It's like, oh yeah, they got games like Outlaw Golf. That's a great game.
It was like that in Blood Wake. We used to joke about.
Blood Wake or Blood Rain.
It was Blood Wake because it was the speedboat game that had blood.
Oh yeah, Blood Wake. Yeah, it's almost like
forgot about that game.
It's like Team Knight Rider or Night Boat. There was actually a show called Team Knight Rider where there were different ones. And Night Boat was a Simpson episode where it's the Knight Rider boat.
So there was one game I had in mind that I wanted to buy. I had it on my list and everything. So I found it for $15. It was the cheapest I found it. Timesplitters 2.
Funny thing
game.
is,
I finally got this game. I've wanted this game for a while. I've played it. It works. It's fun. Came with the instruction booklet, the original case, so that's cool.
I think I got that game for the same price for John because that was like one of the first games I got for John, and because we played it and you said you liked it, and I found it on sale for $15 new. So that was that was when it came out. I bought it for John the same price that you got it now used when it was out because I guess unfortunately not that many people cared about it or it was like overstocked or something. But I remember that one dropped in price super quick. So I think I got it for you for your birthday or something. But it was only like $15. Yeah, but that game is awesome. It's really good. I don't know how rare Future Perfect is, the third one, but I really like that one a lot. Like the single player is better on that one, I think. And also you actually have hands in that because Timesplitters 2 there's no hands; they're just floating guns, which is interesting. Like they didn't put a hand on the FPS thing. But yeah, that's a great game. So love to hear what you think of it as you play it more and do some videos.
Yeah,
and stuff,
I mean, it was the first person shooter I remember actually enjoying because it had the dual analog.
Yeah,
and that was really cool. I don't know how many games had that beforehand, but that's the first time I'd played that on a Nintendo system.
Plus, it was the spiritual successor to Perfect Dark and GoldenEye because most of the main developers started Free Radical, and that was like their big new thing. So, like, for anybody who was into those games, like, you know, Timesplitters was the thing to go to because that was where the main developers went to. So it's like, it's great. And then what was it, Haze that killed them later? That PlayStation 3 game?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I've only played this one
because I know they did the FPS on PS3 that didn't work well. There's also like a famous video.
Oh, you mean an actual game killed the company? I thought you meant a villain in the Timesplitters series.
No, Haze. That's a game. I think it's Haze. I don't know. If it's wrong, tweet at me and tell me. But
like hay, but plural.
Haze.
Oh, okay.
There's a picture of a guy on the front cover with the mask with the part over his eye missing, and you can see his eyeball. Anyway, It was a game they put a lot of money into, and it bombed.
I'll superimpose the image over this part.
Yeah, they were originally going to do Star Wars Battlefront 3, and there's actually a video out there showing. Yeah, I got it, Haze, and there's the picture with the broken eye.
I thought it was Hay '.
Anyway, there's a video out there of a engine that they did where you can actually have a battle on the planet and take off into space and fight in space. It's super cool. Free Radical was an awesome company. I was always hoping for a Timesplitters HD re-release, but it never happened. Anyway, what else you got? So I had to get on a tangent there for Timesplitters too because that's an awesome game.
No worries. I mean, that's the game. Like someone at the show saw I had it in my hand and complimented it, and then I posted it on Twitter, and someone commented like, thumbs up just because you got Timesplitters too. So I mean, it's a beloved game, I can tell.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm
no,
happy
it's
to have it.
great. We also the Columbia related story. When I lived in the dorms at Columbia, I used to take my GameCube down to like the smoking lounge and try to get people to play multiplayer. And I bought Timesplitters 2 down there, and that was a hit. Everybody loved it. So we would play like split screen in the smoking lounge at the Columbia
I remember
dorms.
there was a time whenever we would hang out, we always played Timesplitters too. So that was
It's a good game.
a good game. Yeah.
It's a really good game. I remember I used to, like in the smoking lounge, it was pretty much Timesplitters 2 or whatever the Mario Party was out at the time, the GameCube one. It was like either one. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It was a cool split screen. I know that GameCube got some shit for not having an online mode on there, but whatever, you know. I still want to get a modem for the GameCube eventually, but I never found one.
So I did not purchase this at the Midwest Gaming Classic, but this is really cool. I really like this. Trey knows the person that made this.
Oh yeah, that's not a purchase, but it's an awesome cross
Awesome
stitch.
gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a gift from Jess, who's on the Honey Darling show as Trey's fiance.
Yeah, and she's on this show
And-
sometimes too.
Yeah, she's been on the show. She was on the Donkey Kong Country episode.
Yeah, and Animal Crossing and Miitopia.
But yeah, it's really, really cool. I really love it. And, you know, look at that.
Yeah,
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, she asked me what kind of sprite you would want as a cross stitch, and I said that I was like, you know, maybe Pink Yoshi. I mean, I gave her a few different ideas, but she liked Pink Yoshi the best, and
Yeah,
found that
it
picture.
turned out really
and
good. I
made
love
work.
it.
Yeah, nice. It's got a nice spot there. Since we're doing,
I pretty much like hung it up as soon as I got home.
I didn't get this week, but here's another one that Jess did. This is mine that she made for me. This is the Golem from Dragon Warrior. So I think it's super awesome. He's like one of my favorite monsters from the Dragon Quest series. So that was the first sprite that I asked for when she asked me what to cross stitch. I was like, make this dude. He's fucking awesome.
Man, they're really good. She does a really good job.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything else I got was either art or clothing. So I'll just point. I think I'm just gonna point at things.
Sure.
Yeah, do like this.
Jeremy's going mobile. He's
Going mobile here.
He's off the grid.
All right. All right, I'm off the grid. So I got hold on, let me point. This right here. Shit. Hold on a second here. Damn it. All right, this is from a game called Galactic Battleground. I actually played it on the show floor with the developers. So this was like a little promotional sticker they gave away, but it's a really cool game. We'll talk about it a little bit more when we talk about the show, but yeah, so that was some free swag from that. Here I've got a Moogle. It's like a really nice decal. I just didn't even take it off the paper. It's just tacked to my wall here, but it's a really nice decal that I'm going to eventually stick to something. Hold on, get this out of the way. This is a hand-drawn picture of KK Slider by an artist named T. McCann. We'll put his name in the description, but he did this and this Yoshi right up here, and they were only like $5 a piece, so I thought it was pretty cool. They were actual hand-drawn works of art for $5. Let's see, what else did I get? Up here are from the interview you're about to hear from It's Super Effective, the Pokemon podcast. Got a Slowpoke Nyan Pop-Tart cat, and then the logo here, It's Super Effective.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a Boo. That's another one of those really nice decals.
Yeah. It just bought a couple of those too. I think she got like a Pseudo Wudo and a Ditto from Pokemon, so they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really nice. They're like super detailed. I got a Shy Guy too.
Nice.
And I got this Mario. He's actually a magnet, but I just have him tacked to the wall. But it's one of the pearl beads or perler beads, whatever they say. If you look back here, I got a Grr dressed from Invader Zim dressed up as Pikachu. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then I got Ness. Hold on. There's Ness. So yeah, let's see. I think that's everything on my wall that's new. I didn't get this at MGC, but this is what I got for my Secret Santa on Reddit. It's a little Magus pocket watch. It's kind of hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a chibi Magus.
What's Magus from?
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger, yeah. So it's like a pocket watch. It's kind of cool. And 2 more things. Got this shirt right here.
Got a cool purple Midna shirt.
Yeah, it's got Midna and Link in wolf form.
It's a cool
I believe
design.
that's made by, I think they're called Yeti.
Yeah, Yeti. It's like,
and I got one more shirt from them.
I like that the Tears of Light are on there. Those cursed Tears of Light.
The Cursed Tears of Light. This is the other shirt I got. This is a kind of a cutesy Yoshi's Island t-shirt.
Yeah, that one's cool. I mean, they're both cool, but this one's like super. They look like their eyes are dilated or something. Like they're on some sort of. Maybe they're on. Maybe they're on fuzzy.
Fuzzy and got dizzy.
Yeah, they're on some fuzzy. I was thinking.
It looks like Fuzzy might be on there.
That should be one of the next shirts I make. Is like warped fuzzy thing.
But yeah,
Just do where the screen's all wavy.
I did say at the top of the show that I might get my Virtual Boy fixed. If I do, it'll be by this guy, NES Matt. Supposedly he solders the boards and makes them work again, which is something I'm not able to do. So
yeah, I wondered how much does he charge for
the
that?
The price is reasonable. I think it's the most expensive one was his N64 was 15. So if it's even if it was like $30 and I had to pay 30 for shipping, to get it to work again, that might be worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's everything.
You pay for another Virtual Boy, and you'd be taking a gamble with that, as we get yours fixed.
Right, and it's a permanent fix. Like it's better than what was originally done. So, yeah, if it works, that'd be great. But yeah, that's everything I got at MGC this year. I got some random flyers and stuff, but I hung up like the Haunted Halloween one here, which is another interview you're going to hear in a little bit.
Haunted Halloween 86. I always really want to buy that game, but the main reason I don't is because I don't have working NES, so I can't play it. But as you'll find out in our interview that follows, they are planning, or they're trying to get it on Switch, so I'm hoping that it gets on there. And if it does, I'll definitely buy it. I'll buy Haunted Halloween 85 and 86. And they have a new game coming out this fall that we talk about also on there. So, I think all those should be on Switch. And I know it's already on Steam and on the Xbox One eShop, whatever that's called. You can get that on there. And they said they're trying to get it on Switch, so hopefully it'll happen sometime in the future.
Oh yeah, and there was one more piece of clothing.
Oh yeah, you got the shirt. Or no, that's the hoodie, right?
Yeah, I got a hoodie with my ticket price, and I'd forgotten I ordered it. And so that was a nice surprise.
It's a cool hoodie. I mean, I like it. How much was it like an extra 30 or 20 or?
I think it was like 25 extra.
Oh, okay. It's a nice looking hoodie though. I like the design on it.
So yeah, I got some swag. Just didn't get I really was hoping to grab a bunch of Super Famicom games because I last year there were so many.
Yeah.
And this year I only saw a few, and the ones I saw were either shitty ones I didn't care about or they were overpriced.
Yeah, there were some that were like $5 that I didn't really recognize any of them. And then there was one that was where they were all like sealed and they were selling them for like $20 or $40, and I'm like, "What? That's ridiculous. That's way too much."
They weren't really sealed. I mean, they were sealed, but it was just
they were sealed by like
sealer.
I mean, yeah, they were sealed by wrapping. They weren't in the boxes or anything like that.
So that was kind of a bummer because I was really just hoping to buy a bunch of cheap Super Famicom games this year. It was like my number one hope.
I was hoping to see some stuff too because you bought some cool ones from the Portland Retro Expo. Like you got Mario All-Stars and
also.
Yeah, I would have gotten a Mario All-Stars if I saw one, like the Japanese one, because I don't have mine anymore. Or like Mario World or any, something like that. I do have Yoshi's Island on Super Famicom, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I would have totally bought that stuff, and I didn't actually see it. Yeah, it was weird. I felt like, I don't know, did you feel like the merch tent was a little bit lacking this year? Like
I did. I mean,
there was a lot less. There was a lot less art stuff. Like, and not a whole lot of burler bead big things, and I feel like there was more like wall art last time. You know, where they had like the big pictures, and I don't know. It seemed kind of I don't know. Like it's I didn't see any like Game Boy Micros. I didn't see any like. I mean, I didn't think I'd see a Game Boy Light.
I saw one Game Boy Micro, and it was 120.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
Did that make you wish that you bought that other one?
Yes. When I was talking to Jeremy Parrish about it actually, and he told me I should have bought it.
You should have bought it.
Because I told him about the price I paid for the Game Boy Light, and he was like blown away that I only paid $60 for it.
Yeah.
Is it still there? Do you know?
No, it's gone.
I mean, you should have bought it for me. I would have bought that. I wanted a Game Boy Micro, but I never found it for $60.
Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Yeah.
But yeah, that might have been my $60 missed opportunity.
Yeah. Sure. Well, speaking of $60, that's pretty much what I spent on my stuff this year. Let's go down the list here. So I got 3 Super Nintendo games, a 64 game, a GameCube game, and a Amiibo. But so first off, probably the cheapest game I ever got, Tetrisphere on Nintendo 64 for $5. I don't know if you guys ever played this game, but it was a fun puzzle game. Early 64 release. You know, it's like a globe that you rotate around. I had a lot of fun with it. It was $5, so I was like, I'll get that. And I tested it out.
Yeah, man, $5.
Tested it out. It works. Let's see. Up next, I talked about getting it at that place called Vidiots in Michigan, but now I got Vidiots on Super Nintendo. It says 10 on there, but I think I got it for 8. But yeah, the Ren and Stimpy game, probably the only one that I think is actually decent, and I used to play through it all the time, so I wanted to try to do a stream of it at some point. But yeah, nice. Got Vidiots for $8.
Was that the one that had Space Madness?
I don't think so.
Oh, one of them has a Space Madness level.
There's like 4 different levels. It starts off with the one where Ren dresses up as a rat, and they hired Stimpy to like fake hunt him.
Okay.
And then there's I forget what's after that. I know there's a part where there's a part where you play like the Stimpy that creates like the happy helmet and all that. Like there's a level for that. It's been a long.
The Fire Dogs?
No, Fire Dogs is basically a reskinning of that Game & Watch game where you use the trampoline to catch people. Yeah, it's actually the same thing in Earthworm Jim where the dogs fall. That's basically all that Fire Dogs is. So don't get that game. It's terrible. I mean, I have the Game Boy one still, like the straight up Game Boy Space one, which might be that one's black and white and it takes place in space. But from all the Ren and Stimpy games that I played, and I played most of them, I thought Vidiots was the best one. So I got that one. Also, a game that I lost on the unfortunate Super Nintendo sales was Killer Instinct. So I got it back. Got it for $10.
Back in black.
I know all the. I feel like all these, like all the fronts are messed up, but I don't care. The gameplay's fine. I sold Killer Instinct during that very sad day where I sold a whole bunch of my Super Nintendo games, so I got Killer Instinct back. And plus, I love having colored cartridges, so it's good to have another one. I also got Batman Returns. It says 15, but I got it knocked down to 10. So this is a super fun brawler game for Super Nintendo. I always loved playing it. It has a lot of style. The soundtrack is really good on it, and they all play great. So it's been I've been testing them. The one thing that really sucks about the Batman one, I don't know where it went. Anyway, after I tried it, this like piece fell off. This thing broke right here.
Oh wow!
I've had that happen.
And there were like 3 different Batman Returns there. I could have grabbed one that wasn't broken. They were all. Maybe that's why they cut the $5.
Piece fell off. Wow.
It's like maybe that's why they cut the $5 off for me because of this. But I had the.
You just need a cartridge you don't care about, and then replace the back of it.
Yeah, I mean I don't really care. It plays fine, you know. It's just like, this is the only cartridge I have that has a break like that. Like, all of the other ones are totally intact, so it's like I never really...
My copy of Majora's Mask is like that.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Yeah, it's all busted up.
Yeah, I was going to show you the other part of it, but it seems to...
That must have taken some abuse, Jeremy. I mean, the 64 cartridge is pretty thick.
Yeah,
I think
to
it just
break
got
this, it
dropped
is like
on like a concrete floor or something.
yeah, I think it's like well, I was gonna say I think it's like twice the size, but it feels a lot thicker, you know, between the two of them. But those are my plastic stuff. Oh wait, here it is. Here's the part right here. Yeah, so this part was actually still attached to it when I got it. It was just kind of like, I think it might have been sort of like half-assed glued in here.
Probably.
But yeah, it was right here, and then I go to test it, and then it comes off. So
There it goes.
I still have it, so I guess I could try to super glue it or something if I really wanted to for cosmetic purposes, but yeah. It's just, you know, I can't believe I didn't notice it. It was kind of one of the things that I was just like so excited to see it, and I wanted to try to get it for $10. Maybe they gave me the $5 discount because they knew it was broken. They're like, oh yeah, when he gets home, he's gonna find that and it's gonna break.
His heart's gonna break.
Yeah, I mean the game works, so that's all that matters, really. I mean it still works. So, and I played it for a while, and I was like, man, I still like this game.
For a second there, I thought you got Batman Forever.
No.
I don't know if you ever played that, but that game's terrible.
No, yes, I've played that game. I thought about getting it just because I like collecting comic book character games, but that game's awful. Like it's awful,
it's really
awful,
bad.
awful.
I had it on Genesis.
Yeah, was it worse on that? I mean, I played it, I rented it and played it on Super Nintendo, and it's like even for a fan of Batman, and I played a lot of like not great comic book games, but I could still find pleasure in them. I could not find any sort of enjoyment out of that game whatsoever. Nothing. Like
it was really bad. Like they digitized the actors the way that they did for Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
And it's almost like they tried to take
and it played like shit.
A fighting game, like fighting game controls, but make it a brawler. Mm-hmm. And it's just a terrible game.
It was like the Sub-Zero Mythologies before Sub-Zero Mythologies. That's basically what it was. Same sort of thing. Sounds like a great idea on paper, but did not work well when it came out at all. So, next up is another one of my Holy Grail items, which I'm surprised that I actually got at a pretty decent price, but ta-da! Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
Does it work?
Oh yeah, totally works. I got it for $39. This game normally sells for like $60 at least in box, so I got him to get down on it. It was priced at $45, and I got it to $39. There was another one on the show floor that was priced at $50 in box. It has the instruction manual too. It's super thick. I mean, back in the day when RPGs got like really thick manuals, it's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty heavy, but
nice.
Yeah, I tried that one. Of course, it has progressive scan, so it looks great on my Wii with component cables and all that. It's funny that I got this for $39 because at the same booth they were selling Skies of Arcadia for $110, like in the box with the thing and all that. And I'm like, wow.
I like that. What was the original price on that? 40, and you tried to talk them down, and they were like, "How about 39?"
No, it was 45.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was 45, and I said, I was like, "Would you go any lower?" And he's like, How far do you want me to go? And I'm like, $35. And he gives me this look like, really? No. Come on. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, what do I have to do to get you to buy it right now? And I'm like, well, how low can you go? And he's like, I'll give it to you for $39. And I'm like, okay, fine. And it is like the cheapest I could find, like eBay at that time.
For a little bit though.
Oh yeah, I looked on eBay.
And then he was like, I bet you're not going to find it any cheaper.
And I didn't. I looked at eBay real quick.
You were like, I'm right.
I could probably get it as the disc for cheaper. It's just the disc, but I don't like doing that for GameCube games. I want the whole case. I like the whole caboodle so I can display it. You know, when it's just the disc, I can't display it. So I like having the case for the. I don't really care for the actual cartridges, but for that. But yeah, XD. That's a game I always wanted to get. It is for all the people that say that Pokemon was never on a console. Here it is. Here's your full-on Pokemon RPG on a console. They totally did it, and it was right here. So it did exist. I was listening to NBC last week's episode, and they couldn't remember the name of this. That's why we're better than that show. They're like, like that game that was on GameCube, the Pokemon one. What was it called? And they look it up and they're like, oh yeah, Gale
isn't
of
that your
Darkness.
pass of the week though? Gale of Darkness.
No, that wasn't their skip
Or
of the week.
Skip of the week.
No, they're saying they wanted that to be the Switch Pokemon, but anyway, I guess they didn't like drool over it or dream about it for years like I did. But now I finally have it. So whenever I finish Skies of Arcadia, I'll play that one. But the big event is the one that I got on Sunday. I guess Jess got it for me because of the Hilton fiasco, but got Waddle Dee, the amiibo, for $10. I thought that was a pretty good deal, and I like me still being a Kirby supporter / apologist. I wanted to buy some more Kirby stuff, but since we're actually recording this, I can open it in front of the camera. So
shit!
For you
live unboxing.
For you at home that's not watching this on a computer, you get to hear the normal our normal audio unboxing, but that's for people who watch YouTube. You can check this out. Anyway, get out of here, Waddle Dee.
Box is open. We're wrestling with the plastic.
Spooky's looking
We
bored.
dropped it,
Here he is, little Waddle Dee.
and there he is. He's free.
He's super cool.
Sitting on a sushi cloud.
Yeah, he was like the only new, like there were the Kirby ones and all of them were reprints, like just looking different. He was the only one that was actually a new character, so I kind of always wanted to get him. But there we got old Waddles, old Waddly Dee.
That's a cool looking statue.
Yeah, I like his. He's got those little clouds with the stars and his feet in the air. He's pretty rad.
It's like he's farting cauliflower.
Yeah.